Hey traders, this is Mark from markhavefx.com doing a video on Blackberry, ticker symbol BBRY, or should I say about, so the Canadians can understand me too, eh? Alright, let's get started with the monthly chart. A few things. Obviously the trend line going back to October 2012 is still in play. Also the sliding parallel from that trend line, which has been touching the highs three times here, as you can see. Then I wanted to talk about monthly opens, yearly opens rather. So you can see that those here are in pink. We got the 2014, 2016, 2015 year opens. Why are they there? It's actually a strategy that a lot of people play, long-term players. And why is that? So if you look at the 2014 year open, it was really tested. So it opened here in January, of course, that's why it's the yearly open. It was tested like 3 times here, right? Didn't go through it, no monthly closes under it, so price went up. Same thing with the 2015 year open. Price went down, tested it, didn't work, price went down. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen with the 2016 year open too. It will at least be tested. I'm not saying that it will hold or that it will break. I'm just saying it's a strategy, and normally if we look at the yearly range, 2016 range, we're going to be between 633 and 917, which is going to be important. If there's an upside break, of course, then we'll look at different levels. What levels would be interesting to look at, and what I'm looking at is confluences in fibs. So if we look at the 50% from the entire move down in 2013, then that confluences with the 161.8 extension from the latest move, the latest moves in the last 3-4 months. So this is kind of important. So keep in mind 1189, pretty important level. Another level is, of course, the 2 equal legs up, the 100%, 976. I'd be looking at that. Which is also very close to the 61.8% retracement from this move down, right, which is at 1008. Okay, moving on to the weekly chart. So you see, of course, the trend lines are the same. Now we're gonna look bottom up. So we got the 633 level, which this week was awesome support. Also had to do with a gap that was left open right there, which we will see on the daily chart later on. But why is this level also important? Daily closes, or weekly closes rather, above this level didn't happen here, went right through it, and they were very important again here in 2015. No weekly closes under this level, right? So that level was pretty important. Moving on, we got the 714, which we got actually on Friday, which is also a very level which was tested and retested and acted as support and resistance a few times also in 2014. No weekly closes under it, right? No weekly closes. We went right through it here, but price pretty much traded around that level, Okay, so a break above would be constructive in my point of view on a weekly chart. Then we got forks. So right now I've got this fork here, which is pretty steep, so I'm going to leave it here until proven otherwise. The magnitude of the move down would suggest that a steeper fork would really describe price better than the little blue one here. But that remains to be seen. So normally big moves down would mean a big move up, like a V-shaped recovery, especially if you look at the candlestick right here. Excuse me. If we get a good week and we could get up to right below 8, then this would really form a candlestick formation called Morning Star, which is pretty bullish. All right. What else? Yep. Fibs, of course. What am I looking at? Obviously, 50% retracement within 1-2 weeks is not impossible. So we're looking at 790. Okay. In the short term, and like I said, a test of the year open. And the good thing about forks is, it adds an indication of time to the charts. Okay, so as you can see, this is the middle of March, which would coincide almost with 1st of April earnings release again. So we could be getting close to the 2016 year open before the ER. All right, what happens after the ER? Okay, let's not dream. Let's play the technicals. All right, daily chart. A few things. I still left what I call the original slope that I've been trading pretty much for the last 6 months, and it has really, done well for me to look at price where support and resistance was, and so on and so on. So especially around here, I was calling for a pullback. Of course, I could never imagine that the pullback would be this violent, right? But this was definitely an indication that, first of all, the stock was overbought rather. It touched perfectly the slopes. That's why it's called slope analysis. The slopes that I've been drawing. All right. What else for the daily? Yeah, you see the high volume day closes. This one, if you look at the volume, right? This was I don't know what the volume was here, but that really sticks out, right? And what is important on those days is the closes, because usually, just like the year opens, price always goes back to those levels at some point in time. Okay, so well, it did, and that's why I was looking for 861 to have a bounce. So the pullback to 861 and then a move up didn't happen, obviously because of China and what else? I don't know. So high volume day close 863, something to write down as a level. We got the 61.8%, 827, which was also the November high, which could be quite important. What else? RSI, obviously we're pushing 40 again here. RSI 20, I prefer a 20-day RSI over a 14-day. It kind of evens out the the graph, right, and gives a better indication of price movement with relative strength. So going above 40 on this RSI would have me looking at 50 basically, which would coincide with about a level high sevens in the next, let's say, 4 to 10 days. Okay, then a quick look at the hourly. Same slopes. What is interesting here is the new fork that I drew. I could have drawn it like this. Oops, sorry, did something wrong. I wanted to show you the aggressive slope, right? But this would not coincide with the original slope, and the low here gives me parallel lines with the original slope. So another thing that might be important on an hourly chart, or this is a 4-hour chart, sorry, the lower parallel of the original slope could also provide some resistance. So over the next couple of days I would be watching this line too. Okay, that was it. I hope it was interesting, and I hope it will help you with your trading, and good luck next week.